Gaming, the only show on the internet that wants to know, are y'all gaming? I have a question. So my cab is actually playing sound because I was trying to get it to work earlier. Can you like hear it? Is it annoying?
Not really. No, I can't hear it at all.
Good. Okay. That's what I was worried about it because I was trying. I've got this issue with it where it's not saving console saves. I don't know. It's an issue. But welcome to y'all gaming. Let's find out who's big gaming. My name is Coney, and this is TKbreezy. How are you today?
I am good. I am big chilling. You know what I'm saying? We just got finished playing a little bit. I hit ranked. I hit the rank that I wanted to hit again in Rocket League, which is plat. And then we checked out the new character, and she seems pretty OD. And then we played Little Runes of Tasos, and that was fun too. And now we're here, hanging out with you guys, asking y'all, have y'all been gaming? So.
And I hope the answer is yes. So, when you say you played the new character, do you mean Valorant?
Yes.
All right, tell me about her, because I've only seen the thing, and I know she's the first thing on the topic. What's her deal? Like, what's her whole thing?
She's a controller. She has she's like, so basically she's on like the star-based system, whatever. You get like 5 stars, you have to buy them though, right? And then you like basically like the way that it would explain to me, or the way that I see how it will go, is at the beginning of the round, before you even leave base, you're probably gonna like jump to the sky and drop some stars, right? I'm saying, because you want to drop some stars like choke points, you want to drop some stars at popular areas, whatever. And you can activate the stars like as long as you're looking at them with your other 2 abilities. So one of the activated abilities is Gravity Well, which pulls people in, and as they're getting pulled in, they're vulnerable, so they take more damage. It's like I'm trying to think of how, because you can still run out of it, but it's like it's definitely pulling you pretty. You played Rail, right?
Yeah. So it's like a gravity squeeze. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the gravity squeeze, but it's not like you're stuck in it. It's just like it's gonna make it really hard for you to. Yeah, Dilly says like Horizon on Apex. I'd say that's about right too.
Gotcha.
So you got that. Her second one, it explodes and it concusses. So you got the concuss sight and all that good stuff. And then her third one is she makes smokes as well. So she has smokes, concuss, and a gravity well. And her ult, when she actually has the ult, is a big wall that you can't shoot through, and it also like stifles sound, so like you can basically use it to kind of like trick and approach and to kind of pop up through it. Okay. So you can't shoot through it with bullets, but you can shoot through it with abilities. So if like Raze is there, then she can shoot through it. Another cool thing is that like if you're playing against the Sova and he does a little like scanning dart, the wall stops the scan. So if you're on the other side of the wall, it doesn't matter how close you are to the standing dart, it still won't see you. So that character seems like she has a lot of stuff. I haven't seen it in play yet, obviously, because I really just like walked in and saw and just looked at the abilities and watched the video, whatever. So I'm interested to see what it's like in play. Hopefully, I don't know, Void decides to hop in there. I don't know if he's a controller character like that though. He's pretty much, I think he's a duelist, but I want to see someone play that character. I do think that she has quite a bit. I don't think it's a character for me though, because I just like to flash everybody. And she has no flashes, so
she seems very complicated. Can other people see the things on the map? Like you could see the stars in front of you, right? It's not like you're just like they just pop up nowhere. Okay, I was gonna say
no. Like you can see them on the map, but you can't destroy them. So like it almost is like you can use them to deter. Like say you're on I can't remember the name of the map, but with Ceylon, and there's like that the full hallway. Say if you like look up that hallway and you see like 3 stars on the ground, you're gonna be like, "No, I'm not going."
Yeah,
that's
cut off. Yeah, there's no way. But
so
she can only activate them if she sees them, though. It's not like she could just pop them at any time.
Right, but I'm pretty sure you can get back into the air and activate them like that. Like when when you go into her astral form, you can see the whole map. So
that's
like busted. I can either. Well, yeah, but you can die too. Like it's her body is still on the ground, so you can, if you astral at the wrong time, someone can just kill you.
Yeah.
So, I think I think it's really interesting. It's kind of like got that Omen thing where Omen can warp everywhere, but at the same time, like if someone sees him, they can just stop the warp, or he'll just end up warping and dying or whatever. So pretty cool character for sure. Nice to get some more inclusion, obviously. But I don't think that I don't think Valorant really suffers from an inclusion problem. They have a very like a lot of races in there already. So. Good stuff, but it's also nice to see that it feels very Black Pantherish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, just like the astral plane, a Ghanaian princess, all that good stuff. So, yeah, but I'm interested to try to play the character. I don't think I would do any good with it, but I'm gonna try it at least once.
She looks neat. She looks very complicated. Like I said, I am not at the level where I can use a character like that. And she sort of strikes me as a character that like you have to main, like you have to
Right.
play her which I think can be an issue in a game like this because like you're not gonna get her all the time.
Right.
Considering it's a pretty limited roster. So I hopefully she can shake some stuff up. I know that Yoru came out and nobody really cared. Like he hasn't really done anything. So.
Yeah, I think Yoru is kind of like. I feel like that character is good, but I also feel like that character is for that character is for Jet players. But Jet players are just gonna play Jet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I feel about Yoru. Is like, yeah, he's one of those characters like, all right, man, I can do it all for my team or whatever. But Jet like seems to be able to do that whole like I can duel the entire team by myself a little better. So why not just play Jet? So.
Every game I play has like an 18-2 Jet every single time. And I'm like, why
Yep.
are you here? We both know what you're doing. We know this is a sport. Please leave. Like, I'm in bronze. Be nice. It's a mess.
Yep. For me, it's either Jet or a Raze player. Like always those two are always going like 14-2.
Yeah.
But then like every Phoenix I play is always going 2-14. So like I feel like that's just a free win for me every time I see a Phoenix on the other team. I'm like, all right, that's the guy I'm going to be dueling all the time.
Yeah, he's a noob trap character because like people see him and they're like, whoa, he's cool, and then they just play him only. So that he's popular. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the first thing. I mean, if you guys are playing Valorant, definitely check that out. Very cool character. I do like games kind of updating their characters anyway, or updating like so frequently lately. Almost all those shooting games I played have like a new character that is fun to try. Horizon was just kind of putting Fuse, sorry, actually was the last person putting the Apex Legends, and now we got Astra doing it up as well. So
it's cool when games update that quickly because I know that the issue for a while, especially like in games like Apex, was like there were no updates for so long. So when it feels like you get a regular drip, it's nice.
Yeah. So up next though, we will be talking about well, actually, you haven't played any of these games yet, so I guess I'll just go into it.
Runes of Tasos.
Runes of Tasos. We'll talk about that next. That is the game I just got finished playing. I'm not done with it, obviously. It's another roguelike, a roguelite, if you will, and it is very Zelda inspired. But there's also some Stardew mechanics in it because you have to farm for like money every now and then. But it's like that's optional stuff. A lot of the other stuff is mostly optional. It's basically just a Zelda roguelike, and with some optional stuff that you can do on the side. You can build up your town and get some extra optional quests. But basically, all it comes down to is that you're going to go into 4 dungeons eventually, beat 4 bosses, and then beat the last boss after you beat the 4 dungeons. And I'm 2 dungeons in right now. I have about 12 hours into the game. There's multiple classes and stuff. So if you like to shoot bow and arrows, play the ranger. If you like to cast more magic, play the mage. If you want to be super tanky and use your sword a lot, play the knight. Or if you just want to do it all, then you can just play the hero. He's like right down the middle on stats. Very fun game. It's also got multiplayer. I haven't played multiplayer with anyone yet because I don't think it needs multiplayer. I just think that like it's nice to be included. It's like 4 swords,
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at now. I'm looking at it right now. I'm getting very like 4 swords vibe, almost like sort of like a gauntlet thing too.
Yeah.
It looks neat. It looks a little simple though. Like, what does it do that's different than other stuff? Does it have anything like?
I mean, I don't think it does anything different. I just think it's a good game. Like sometimes, like I feel like when you can just take the formula and just polish it and make it look good, then it works out. It's very simple looking. Definitely just 8-bit game. But there's nothing about it that's like super crazy for me that I'm like, wow, man, I wish that was in some other game that I play like that. It's just it is a good game for what it's giving me, and I think it's only like $20 too. So. And if I've already put like 12 hours into it, I'm definitely gonna get my money's worth.
Yeah,
I think that's the thing about Team 17 though, is that they don't really like innovate. They just make solid games based off of like things that are already there. Like Crown Trick, another good roguelike, but it's like more like a rogue, like the initial version of Rogues, which is like the turn-based, like if you only move when I move type deal. Neon Abyss is another one. Monster Sanctuary was a monster collector, but it was also Metrovania. They put 2 things together, and that was a perfect game. So Team 17, they know what they're doing as far as like putting out games that are functional. That Worms Rumble game, haven't played it that much recently, but it served its purpose as a really good like arcade shooter. So yeah. Good job, Team 17. You haven't put out a bad game yet. You haven't put out anything super revolutionary, but no bad games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm looking through sort of their catalog now. A lot of base hits from these guys. I mean, like that's sort of what I'm noticing is that a lot of nice hitters, but they need that big bust out huge hit, and I'm excited to see. Hopefully, they are able to do something with that. Actually,
I don't know how to do that.
Teams, dude, we were just talking about small teams. I forgot to mention this. Mediatonic got bought by Epic.
Oh yeah, I saw that, and then they were immediately like, "There's no change for Fall Guys," but I'm thinking that like, dude, the thing is, every time someone gets bought by Epic, I'm like, please tell me that means your server's about to go crazy.
They better.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got bought by Epic, and they have the biggest game in the world, or one of the biggest games in the world at all time. So their server's got to go crazy, which means like if you can even just get like a smidge of that server, that should make Fall Guys a better play experience for all. But I don't know. I think. Do you feel like this like leads into the Fall Guys that just get in the bag and leaving?
Not anymore, actually.
The
fact that Epic is picking them up makes me think that they're gonna have more. I don't know if Epic is gonna give them resources to do more. Part of me is feeling like this is leaning into Fall Guys as like games as a service, and then like future seasons will be even bigger. Like, Season 4 actually looks kind of neat. I've been catching back up with it. I missed all of Season 3, and I feel like Fall Guys is a game that I might come back to every, like, maybe, like, once every 6 months and be like, oh, my God, all this is different. Be surprised by the minigames. That sounds really fun. Sort of take it more casually. And maybe having Epic's backing will help them do that and make stuff more, like, unique and sort of scalable in the future. I think this is really cool.
Yeah. Jason says Team 17 also made Going Under. There's another game I'm also playing really good. I like that one has good story, and it's like tongue-in-cheek humor because it's like talking about the Going Under is all about tech companies. It's a roguelike about that. So like a lot of the conversation is like humor about like like the Silicon Valley and stuff.
Yeah.
That joint's pretty nice. So I got to get back into playing that one soon, but I had this whole idea that at some point in time I'm just going to do like a roguelike subathon.
Yeah.
And just play a bunch of roguelikes, and every like 3 subs will add another like run to the one that I'm on. So seems pretty fun. May not get any subs at all, but at least I'll show you like 8 games, So, but yeah, no, going back to the topic, yeah, Runes Tasos, I just think that it's a pretty solid game, especially for me as a Zelda fan. I'm going to enjoy that. I'm going to enjoy that for sure. That's just the type of games I like to play. I also am starting to realize that I actually like the 2D Zeldas lately more than the 3D Zeldas, except for like, Breath of the Wild and like Twilight Princess. But like, it's just because there's such a change down the 3D Zelda that you're like wondering how, how that's going to play out in the future. So it's now there's like 3 different versions of it. There's 2D ones, old 3D ones, and now new 3D ones, which is open world Zelda. And we're like, how is that going to play out? And will they ever go back to old 2D or old 3D? Or are they going to continue to do the new 3D open world Zeldas? And I hope they do. They need to do more with the overworld.
That's kind of what I was thinking is like, I feel like the 3D Zeldas people like have more issue with, even if people think they're better. It's like 2D Zeldas are so consistent, and they might do different stuff, but they're so similar all the way through. So like I played Link's Awakening and I really like that. Link to the Past is a lot similar to that. The Oracle's games, like I'm starting to really like those, but like Ocarina of Time is very different from Twilight Princess, which is very different from Skyward Sword, which is very like I think there's a level to which the 2D games sort of offer you a very familiar thing. So I feel like people have I don't know. I feel the same as you. I feel like I'm more down with that because I know what I'm getting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like I'm always gonna be hyped for a Zelda game coming out, but like sometimes that swap from Twilight Princess to Skyward Sword is probably why I don't like Skyward Sword that much. Like it was just it almost made me feel like this was the first game they made. Like I was talking to some of the Zeldathon people. They were like the real issue with Skyward Sword, which is something I didn't even think about as I was playing it, was how long the tutorialization was, and it was like probably 5 hours too long. Like everything that you did in that game, there was like another tutorial, You know what I mean? And it was just like, oh my god. And like I promise you I've played Zelda before, sir. Like I promise you I've played it, just a game in general at this point in time. But yeah, it just took too long for that. Once you kind of got to the swing of things, the other big issue was there's a lot of backtracking in that game, but I kind of feel like it was just the way that the game was made. There wasn't a lot of land to work with.
Yeah.
Seeing that it was like the origin story and like everything was in the sky. So a lot of the times you would like go to the same area like 2 or 3 times with a different ability to like traverse faster or further. And like to do that once is fine, but to do that like to every area a lot it feels lazy to me.
Yeah. So and it doesn't feel good to the player like revisiting the same places over and over.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyway, Ruins of Tasos, great game. I give it a 9 out of 10. If you're into that type, I'm still playing it, so maybe my score could go down if like the ending sucks. But as of right now, I'm having a great time playing it. So, get into our third topic. But before that, Coney.
Before that, I have a very important message for all of you guys. Please enjoy this this small word from one of our sponsors, real quick.
Join Ignition Casino, your go-to destination for the best online poker, table games, progressive slots, and much more. Sign up with the promo code Ignition777 and deposit using Bitcoin to get 25 free spins on 777 Deluxe.
Oh, my mic was off. Big thank you to Ignition Casino for sponsoring Y'all Gaming. Okay, thank you guys very much. All right, final topic of the day. We're talking about Outriders, which we talked about last week, and we said, is it good? Now you've played it. Is it good?
It is a solid
so
experience.
No, it's a no. It's not good.
The
okay,
issue,
yeah.
I think the real issue is that like it just did to me. Like it didn't do anything that Destiny is not doing already. Mm-hmm. So why? Unless I mean, like I'm not even really playing Destiny like that. But like if I'm going to hop back into one of these things, I would probably hop into Destiny just for the sheer amount of content that I know I can get into right now. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy the little bit that I did play. It didn't capture me. I felt like somewhat bored. I don't care about the story at all.
Yeah.
So, like I just I don't know, man.
Malcolm really wanted to get me. He was like, I'm downloading it. It's free. You should try it. I'm like, that does not look good. We watched a stream of it. And I was like, ugh, I don't know. And
yeah, I mean, I think for also I might not be a fan of looter shooters. Like I think that just might not be a thing for me because I didn't play Division like that. I didn't really play Destiny like that. Like I'm just not just not into those as much. I think just the progression. Like when I want to shoot, I just want to shoot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's why I like Apex so much. It's like there's only so many guns. Okay, like I already know what I'm doing with that. Find my favorite gun. Let's go shoot. Right. But with looter shooters, you gotta like think about everything. I gotta think about my armor. I gotta think about if this gun better than this gun. Like, what is the passive of this gun? I gotta look into all that stuff. And I just don't want to do that.
Like you have to sell your guns too, and like I like half of the game, or like maybe like 30%, 40% of Borderlands is like looking at your inventory. Like, do I want to sell this thing? It's weaker, but it has this passive, or it's a unique. Like, some people get a lot of fun out of that. I used to like it, and now when I play, I'm like you. I'm like, I don't. Like, this is too much downtime. I feel like games have sort of adapted beyond that,
Yeah. I feel like it really depends on the type of game that I'm playing, too. Because, like, that downtime I'm used to in a traditional RPG. Like, that's just what that is. But, like, in an action game, that's a pacing issue. Like, action. And then 30 minutes of me looking at my menu to make sure I have the best stuff. And then back to action. And it's like, all right, this is like a weird pacing issue that I don't like that back and forth, that flip. It's almost kind of some of the times reasons that sometimes I don't really like trying to get back into JRPGs.
Yep.
Because if I'm playing them, that like I'm already adjusted to that. I'm already adjusted to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, cool. Like this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go out and do this thing, and then I'm gonna come back and check, make sure everything's good, and we're gonna go out doing more things. If I take like a month off and then I have to come back and remember everything that I already set up, I don't want to do that. Like I'm already out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's the whole reason I stopped playing Xenoblade Chronicles X, because I love that game, but I took a month off to play something else, and then I was like, I'm gonna come back. And when I came back, I didn't remember like how I set up on my characters, and I was like, I really don't want to remember all this or try to make heads or tails of this. So I just stopped playing.
Yeah, it's a pacing thing. Like it's just getting slowed down to that level is just not fun. And I feel like a lot of people get dropped out of those games and they just never come back in. And it's just something that a developer has to keep in mind to just keep people going to the end. Because like I'm looking into the Yakuza games. I might get the new one because it looks kind of fun. I've had a lot of recommendations. I'm like, maybe I'll give this a shot.
Wait, the RPG one?
Yeah, Like a Dragon.
Yeah.
I don't know why I sort of have been interested in it, but I was like, maybe I'll give this a shot. I hear that it's great, but it's also like long, you know? And I'm like, I got to beat this in one shot. And I'm also playing Valorant. I'm still playing Mario 64. I'm currently playing Mario 3D World. I got a lot of games going on. So I'm like, do I want to jump into this now? Do I wait? It's a challenging prospect. So it just comes with the genre, I think, of games.
Yeah. All right. Well, as far as like what's my like last thought about it, if you like enjoy looter shooters, then sure, go ahead and play Outriders. But there's nothing about Outriders right now that makes me feel like it's going to get people who aren't already invested in these type of games to play. Sure. And then there's nothing in Outriders right now that makes me feel like it's going to get the people who are playing one that they already enjoy to play another one. Like, if I'm already deep into Destiny, I'm not going to be looking at Outriders like, yeah, I want to start the journey over again.
Yeah.
Is the demo at least worth a try? I think so. I mean, it's free. Yeah. Try it out. You maybe this is your thing. It wasn't my thing, but it could be your thing. So yeah. Other than that, I see a question in the chat from Jason saying, "How are you enjoying 3D World, Coney?"
3D World is nice. It's a little basic and easy. That's the only, like, all the levels are only like 3 minutes long, but it's fine because they're very bite-sized, and I think it's perfect for the Switch because like you turn it on, you play a couple levels, and you go. I'm really liking it, but the whole time I'm thinking like, I like this. But it sort of feels a little aimless. Like, I don't know what it is about these games, and maybe it's just a Mario thing. I just can't have fun to have fun. I always have this feeling in the back of my head, like, what are you doing? You know? When a game is too easy, when a game is like is sort of a walk in the park, I just had this feeling like I shouldn't be doing this. And I feel that way about 3D World. I love it. It's amazing. It's very well made, but it's not. It has great ideas, and it's extremely creative. But, like, I feel like I'm just holding right, and it's not hard. You know what I mean? I don't know how to describe it. My brain is off, which is fun to do. There are games for that. That's a very good thing. But I'm also having this feeling of, like, why am I playing this? You know what I mean? Multiplayer is a good point. Yeah, multiplayer is, like, I think the thing that you do. I really wanted to play it multiplayer, and then the online was terrible. So I was like, maybe not.
Yeah.
Like a full second behind. I don't know why Nintendo keeps doing it. It's
in a platformer? Oh, you can't do that, dude.
It's so stupid. Like,
oh man.
It's frustrating.
We got a question from Emo first. He always comes with the question. He says, another question from me. How do you feel about RNG in games? Which games do you think benefit from it? That's really a game-to-game basis. I like RNG is part of some games, like, you know, actual
like roguelikes. You need that.
Yeah, roguelikes. Like a procedurally generated room is RNG, but like RNG in a game where it should not be, such as like, I don't know, a racing game. Like if I was playing Forza and like my car could randomly explode, I would hate that. Like, that sounds funny, but like if I'm a competitive player and I'm about to pass the finish line and then just boom, oh no, and they chose his car. Oh,
I should have known. I should have, like, your car just like randomly just the wheel pops off and you're like, oh yeah, there's 1 in 100 chance that can happen. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Sure.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I think it depends on the game. Like, you can't just make a sweeping judgment about it, but yeah, racing. I'm trying to think of the worst. I guess fighting games would be...
You guys are talking about arcade racers. I'm talking about real racers. I'm talking about like literal, like, Gran Turismo, like Forza. Like, if it's arcade racing, it's already in the title. It's letting you know it's about to be silly. But if we playing some like real, like if I'm in my like, you know, T-Pain is in his like thing. If I'm in that and I'm actually playing a racing game and my car just explodes in a game like that. Nah.
Yeah.
No.
I'm trying to think of like what the worst RNG, because I was gonna say maybe like sports games, but even then it's RNG whether your player usually like catches the pass or not, right? Like you can sometimes control that, but to a certain level, it's like
it's like stat dependent RNG though. Like if your
Yeah,
player's a
true.
99 in catching, like there's like a 0.1% chance that he'll ever drop the ball, like
Yeah.
unguarded or whatever. But I feel like if we're talking about like real RNG, like I don't know. I'm trying to think of it. Like if
like I'm thinking about fighting games. It's like, okay, characters like Faust have RNG, but that's like part of the
Right.
character. But it's not like every character is RNG. So fighting games are sort of balanced throughout. It's hard to like. I don't know. That's tough.
I think it'd be like RNG would be like if you're playing a soccer game and like 1 out of 10 chances the ball's actually led. Like, like just breaking a character's leg out there, like, oh no.
And then they're injured and they're out for 6 months. So it's still like a soccer simulator, but it has that arcade piece. That might be a little
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it depends. It really depends on the game. I actually like RNG for roguelikes for one, but I like RNG for games that will always make it so the RNG keeps the game fresh.
Yes.
I don't like RNG when the RNG becomes unfair. Like that's when I'm like, all right, this is very whack RNG. Like the way that everyone thought Hero was going to take over, like that type of RNG.
Yeah.
Yeah. But obviously that didn't happen. But but when it first came out, that's how everyone thought about RNG. Oh no, we should ban it because RNG bad, RNG
Blow
bad.
stuff up. Yeah.
Yeah. If every RNG thing that he had was like mad good, then yeah, I would have been like, this ain't it.
Yeah.
But apparently there's not enough. There's no Hero players out there anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Thank goodness for that. I'm glad he's not around. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's about it for us, man. We had one more question for Flappy. Said, how do you think the stream will go considering Coney's here? It might get a little chaotic. I don't know. That's one of your people.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you are Mr. Content now, so.
Not, come on. Only sometimes.
It's
a hat I put on.
Man.
It's a hat that I put on and take off. You might see it tonight. I think tonight I'm doing some steam cleaning. I'm playing everything.
What is that?
Grab bag.
Oh Lord.
Yeah,
oh,
buddy.
No.
$1 Polish games. I dig it. I like it. Thank you guys for tuning in to Y'all Gaming. Check it out on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. You can check out all past episodes. So definitely check that out. Are you playing? You're doing more.
We're surviving tonight, bro. Definitely.
Yeah, surviving. Yeah.
Definitely gonna be big chilling on that. And then tomorrow and for the rest of this week, I will be back on to probably doing 2 hours of Rocket League and the 2 hours of Tasos. But I might end up beating that tonight, to be honest. Like I just be after the night stream, I just sit in bed and play games. I'd be going crazy. So but yeah, so basically come check out the streams later. Coney's gonna be doing the thing. I'm gonna be doing the thing. Thank you guys for watching Y'all Gaming again. We'll be back next week. Most likely getting a chance to talk about Pyra and Mithra, or at least the drop. We don't know if she's going to come out like that day, but at the very least, we will get to see some information. We'll know what those F smashes look like because it's a Sakurai demonstration.
Oh,
so,
he loves them.
Yeah, he loves some F smashes.
I forgot that was even happening, dude. Yeah, okay, so that's happening Thursday. We'll talk about it next week. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Good night and goodbye.